I know why you're here, and believe me when I say this, you're about to make a life-changing decision. Not the fact that you might be buying your first car, or that you might be financing for the first time. No. You, person watching this, are about to purchase a V6 muscle car. Congratulations! You already have one foot in the door. Now, before you fully step inside and forever close that door behind you, there's one more thing I want you to consider. Are you ready? And can you handle the amount of backlash, jokes, and hate you're about to receive for the entirety of your V6 muscle car purchase? You are, you say. The opinion of grown men, children complaining about a car that isn't theirs doesn't bother you, huh? Well then, take a step inside, close that door behind you, and enter the world that is V6 muscle car ownership. Oh, okay. Alright, so all that dramatic intro aside, believe it or not, there's a huge market for V6 pony cars, with all three of these cars going way past the 300 horsepower mark. On a V6 now, more than ever, has it been a better time to be that college kid on a budget, or a first-time driver who's looking for a fun, capable, and most importantly, affordable car experience? Whether it's a V6 version of the S197 Mustang, Challenger, or Camaro, these cars bring some serious heat for lacking 2 extra cylinders, and none of this is more obvious than at an autocross track.
Somehow convinced my dad on a Mustang and came home one day and there was that car sitting at their house. It is a 2014 V6 Mustang.
There hasn't been at least one track day event where at least one V6 variant of the above mentioned cars would be in the top 5 at any given time. Hell, with almost a perfect combination of power and handling, throw in a significant amount of weight reduction compared to their V8 counterparts, and you have a recipe for some damn good times. But you guys aren't here to be convinced how a V6 could be just as good, if not better than a V8. Hell, the reason you guys are here is because you've already made up your minds. You're just having trouble deciding on whether to get a V6 Mustang, Camaro, or Challenger. Well, this list is going to help you decide on just that. There's a couple of things to be considered here. We're talking performance, handling, fuel economy, daily drivability, and most importantly, price. We'll start with the 2012 to 2014 S197 V6 Mustang. As far as performance goes, you have the same 3.7 liter Cyclone engine that powers police cars like the Explorer and Taurus. With 305 horsepower, this V6 Mustang is no slouch. It's got a 0 to 60 of just 5.2 seconds, and to put that into perspective, that makes this V6 Mustang faster than a stock Dodge Charger RT with a 5.7 liter freaking Hemi V8 in it. Yeah, and with a curb weight of 3,400 pounds, the Mustang is also the lightest of the bunch. It also has a freaking sweet fuel economy of 31 miles per gallon highway. Now, as far as drivetrain goes, you have the option of an automatic or a 6-speed manual. Combine that with a live rear axle, which is perfect for off-the-line racing or just pulling off some sweet-ass donuts. Now, the newer S550 V6 Mustangs blow the older gens out of the water, but their steep prices is what keeps them off this particular list. Now, expect to pay anywhere between $7,000 to $10,000 for a decent manual 2012 to 2014 V6 Mustang, which actually also makes this the cheapest V6 muscle car on the list. Now, next up we have the V6 Challenger, powered by a 3.6 liter V6 making 305 horsepower, which is identical to the V6 Mustang as far as horsepower goes. Where the Challenger starts losing points is in the weight department. Weighing in at a whopping 3,800 pounds, this bad boy is a true definition of a whale. Although the added weight is great for burnouts and the longer wheelbase makes it great for drifting, the Challenger loses a couple of points in the MPG department, averaging about 27 miles per gallon on the highway. 0 to 60 is a respectable 6.5 seconds. Now, where the Challenger does shine, however, is the daily driver department. With a much more modernized and comfortable interior, combine that with the biggest trunk space and rear passenger legroom out of all three cars, and that puts the Challenger light years ahead of the other two cars on the list. Now, they are available in automatic or 6-speed manual, and you can expect to pay anywhere between $13,000 to $15,000 for a decent low mileage V6 Challenger. Although that price range could get you technically a V8 Mustang, V8 Coyote powered Mustang, but if you want the Challenger, the quote unquote Challenger experience, V6 will still be pretty much the cheapest way to go. And finally, we have the 2010 to 2015 5th gen V6 Camaro, which in my opinion is the best looking out of the bunch. If you're in a super tight budget, sure, go ahead and stick with the 2010 to 2011 models. However, I recommend the 2012 to 2015 models that came with a slightly bumped horsepower 3.6 liter V6 rated at 323 horsepower, which makes the V6 Camaro the most powerful V6 out of the bunch. Oh, a little vomit came up. Oh, man. Anyways, now that extra power does come with a slight weight disadvantage over the Mustang, with the Camaro weighing in just over 200 pounds more than the V6 Stang. The extra weight gives it a 0 to 60 of 6 seconds flat. But where the Camaro does shine is the handling department. With suspension components that make the Mustang look like it's in the Stone Age, along with more up-to-date driver assists and creature comforts that its closest competitor, that being the Mustang, didn't even have until years later. However, all these new features and technology come at a pretty steep price. Expect to pay anywhere between $13,000 to $15,000 for a decent 2012 to 2016 V6 Camaro. So then, just who is the top dog when it comes to V6 muscle cars? Well, just from looking at the stats alone, I would have to say the Camaro. But even with its more outdated suspension and drivetrain, and even though it's lacking an extra 20 horsepower, the Mustang definitely gives the Camaro a run for its money. Literally, especially when you consider the Stang is almost $7,000 cheaper than the Camaro. Now, if it's style, comfort, tons of room and space, and decent performance that you're looking for, then the V6 Charger will be the best choice in this case. Now, best bang for the buck with a huge aftermarket selection of engine and suspension mods, easy to work on with its relative and proven engine design. In that case, the clear winner is the Cyclone-powered V6 Mustang. But at the end of the day, the choice is yours. You've already made the choice to buy and potentially make payments on a V6 muscle car. Just choose wisely, because it's a choice you're going to be reminded of every day of your life. Happy shopping. I need a cigarette.